Well, how's it going? Welcome back to the Faithful Podcast channel. And we are back once again. It is the start of a new season for Offaly in the National Hurling and National Football Leagues. Obviously, yesterday, Offaly were taking on both Louth and Kilkenny in the start of the National League campaigns. Obviously down in Nolan Park yesterday watching the hurlers in action. So I can't really comment on the footballers. From what I heard, we did reasonably well in the first half, kind of fell off in the second half. And yeah, look, it was a good performance still overall from what I've heard. Kicked a couple of nice 2-pointers, but overall, Louth just grew into the game in the second half. Sam Murray got a nice goal. Craig Lennon performed very well for Louth, and yeah, they managed to get the victory in the end. But probably something to build on for Offaly going forward. Obviously, Kildare to come on Saturday evening. I will be at that game in Connaughts Park on Saturday night, so I'll have a match reaction from there. So very much looking forward to that. Obviously, the Offaly LGFA team obviously lost on Sunday as well against Leitrim away from home. I wouldn't worry about this result too much, to be honest with you. They bet Wicklow last weekend, got off to a really good start, and they're coming up against a Leitrim team who've been moving very, very well over the last couple of years. They've been a senior team and everything like that. So I think the ladies can probably take some bit of positivity back into their next game this weekend against Kilkenny. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But yeah, look, well done to them anyways for going out and competing at the weekend. And yeah, hopefully now this weekend we'll have better results in the football. But we're here to look back on the hurling yesterday that took place between Kilkenny and Offaly. It ended Kilkenny 20 points, Offaly 16 points. And the scoreline is a strange one. It was a strange sort of a game. Kilkenny obviously didn't have the likes of Richie Reid playing, didn't have Paddy Deegan playing, didn't have TJ Reid playing, didn't have Adrian Mullen playing. So, it was a much changed Kilkenny team. They had a lot of youngsters in the team, the likes of Garrod Dunn, Luke Kennellan, these types of players are trying out. A lot of young players in their team, Killian Dunn midfield. So, it was a much changed Kilkenny team to what we've seen over the years. Mikey Carey was playing at fullback, Dara Corcoran was at centre back and was the team captain. So a big change to what we've seen over the last couple of years from Kilkenny. But yeah, they managed to win the game in the end by 4 points. Obviously, Offaly coming into this game, we have a lot of injuries ourselves. Killian Sampson, Charlie Mitchell, Kieran Burke, Shane Rigney, James Mahan, just to name a few off the top of my head. Donald Shirley went off injured yesterday as well, which is not ideal in the slightest, and makes me wonder now who we're going to play at centre back against Tipperary this weekend, considering we're nearly down to the bare bones at the moment. But the lads did put in a good performance yesterday. I was impressed with a lot of the youngsters in particular. I felt Breckin Kavanagh, his first game in an Offaly jersey, I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I've been crying out for this lad to be playing for the Offaly seniors for years now, to be honest with you. And I got that opportunity yesterday. And in the toughest of challenges, away to Kilkenny in January, and he held his own really, really well. His intelligence, the way he's able to win back the ball out of an opposition player's hand, the way he's able to spray the ball into the full forward line, his reading of the game, it's absolutely fantastic. So I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Also, who I thought was brilliant yesterday was the entire full back line, to be honest with you. Patrick Taff at cornerback had a savage game. Obviously got a point as well in the second half, but I thought he attacked really well. He defended really, really well. Linked up well with Ben Miller at fullback, who I thought was strong, compact, confident. Liam Hoare in goals was absolutely fantastic. Pulled off some unbelievable saves. His poke outs, his long range striking was savage. Ben Keneally as well, going up against Mossy Keown. Not an easy job in the slightest, and he did a really, really good job on him. So fair play to Ben there. Some great jobs done there. I thought Cathal King in the middle of the field obviously had to drop back a bit in the second half with Donald Shirley obviously going off injured, but Cathal King was absolutely fantastic. He's a fantastic hurler. He's big, he's strong, he's a good wristy hurler as well. Whenever he goes on the ball, lads are chasing after him, hunting in packs to try and get the ball off him. And he's a real leader in that Offaly team. He's just savage in everything he does. And yeah, I thought he was absolutely brilliant yesterday, and hopefully he continues on this run for us at the moment. He's been brilliant for a couple of years, but yeah, no, he was just absolutely magnificent yesterday. Also, who else I thought was really good yesterday was Adam Screeney. I thought he had a really good game in a corner forward. He won a couple of frees, scored some frees as well, got 2 points from play. Could easily have been goals, if they'd just gone a little bit lower, but regardless, I thought the battle he had with Mikey Butler was unbelievable. I'm really looking forward to seeing this rivalry over the next couple of years. They've faced off each other now a couple of occasions, both in club and with county. So yeah, the two of them really going at each other, and I think Screeney really held his own yesterday as well. Was working his socks off as well to win the ball back in the half back line as well half the time, as was Dan Burke as well. I thought when Dan Burke was brought out the field, I thought he did really, really well in helping out the team. I think that's where he operates the best. It was a difficult enough afternoon yesterday for Brian Dignan and for Usheen Kelly, I would say. Not their best games by any stretch of the imagination, but they are still very, very good players. And look, these are the type of players that we will need throughout the year. And I've no doubt that against Tipperary this weekend, against Waterford the following weekend, that these players will step up. And listen, they were going up against Darragh Corcoran and Mike T. Carey. You couldn't ask for really two tougher first challenges of the year, really, in the league campaign. But, still, it was still a good performance from Offaly overall, considering the amount of players that we have out at the moment. I was very, very impressed with them, and I'm very much looking forward to the next round against Tipperary this weekend. Obviously, Tipperary beating Galway on Saturday evening, so it is not going to be simple in the slightest, but we have home advantage. And look, there was some positive performance there the other day, and we have a lot of young hurlers in the team as well that are starting to grow and integrate themselves into this team, which I'm really, really happy about. And look, we just got to go into this weekend full of confidence and full of belief that we can give Tipperary a bit of a challenge. I don't expect us to beat Tipperary, but we got to go into this game full of belief and full of confidence that we can put in a performance for 60, 70 minutes. And that's what this whole league campaign is really all about, to be honest with you. If you can get a win along the way, absolutely brilliant. But it's about showing that we can compete with these teams and that the players that we have coming through and the work that's been going on at underage over the last number of years comes to fruition over the next while. So, yeah, look, really positive stuff to take from the performance down in Kilkenny yesterday. Obviously, we have some players that are going to be competing in the Fitzgibbon Cup during the week as well. So we wish all of them the very best of luck in that as well. So yeah, just look at a quick recap on the game yesterday. Look, there's a lot of games to come over the next while, and obviously I was covering a lot of this on Cooling Media last night. We've also filmed our preview for the league campaign, so make sure you check out that video for all 3 codes in the description below, and follow our TikToks, follow our Instagram, and everything else while you're at it. Yeah, so I'm just going to wrap it up there. Quick review of the game that took place over the weekend between Offaly and Kilkenny. Make sure that you do subscribe to the Faithful Podcast, subscribe to Cooling Media as well, and I'll be back later on this week with a full review of the games against both Kildare and Tipperary. And until then, ta-ra.